I'm the multifarious fisherman. This is Seven Fish. We're in the office catching rainbows. There is a member of Seven Fish that you haven't seen for a while. Bugz.
Yep.
Welcome back. The two of us made our way to a town called Ogallala, where there's a river and a canal that run out of a big lake called McConaughey. The water coming out of there is cold and supports a nice population of rainbow trout. Conditions were weird, but we managed to find a few anyway. They are fighters though. Jumpy fish. Oof. They had the canal shut off to do some work on it, and because of that, we had to find the deepest holes, which were holding the trout. We managed to find a level of success throwing 4-weight fly rods and had a very good time. It was just a couple of guys that are buddies fishing and talking and hanging out. We tried the river. It was difficult. The raising water made it very difficult, but the canal treated us well. It was very difficult to get in and out of, but once you were in there, we were able to find fish.
How many fish is that so far?
A pile.
A pile.
It's been a good trip.
This has been a good trip. Lots of there's like 2,500 fish stacked up here, actually. So what we're doing, this canal should be, I mean, literally over my head at this point, but there's no water coming out of Lake Ogallala right now, so we've been standing down here and catching a pile of trout.
What are you throwing?
That's bugger. Bug's throwing the bugger. The crawdads in here? Yeah. This crawdad killer right there.
This place is full of crawdads.
I'll shut that camera off and I'm gonna keep fishing.
This fishery produces some quite large trout, and it has really good growth rates. Fish carry good weight for their length. We managed to get in and out of the canal, although the walls are quite steep, and we were able to find some trout. If we'd have been smart, we'd have continued downstream, found some deeper water, and maybe some bigger fish. Sometimes you have a trip where one guy is catching a bunch of fish and the other guy's struggling. Sometimes certain techniques that maybe you don't want to use or what you end up having to use. And sometimes you go out, you fish the way you want to fish, you have a couple of guys, and everybody's having success. That's kind of how this trip went. We both caught a bunch of fish. We both had a very good time. One of the things that we found about that particular fishery was that these fish were rising. They were reluctant to take a surface fly, even though they were in very shallow water, and they were a little bit line spooky. So casting still needed to be somewhat accurate. They would hit a retrieve fly and they would chase, which was a lot of fun, to be honest. What'd we switch to?
Nympho.
And? Still pounding? Hey, Bugz.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
We're out here in the office.
Pulling bows out of the river?
We're pulling bows. There's a story behind that.
When we were driving along and searching for deeper spots and rising fish, Bugz happened to see something in the water, and this happened.
Yeah. Gables are still good.
It looks a little dirty.
It's got some oysters in it.
Some oysters?
There's a live crawdad on this thing. And he is pissed off.
Weird.
Those are nice arrows too. Okay.
How heavy is that bow?
It's really not light right now. This little carbon element G3. Camo pattern's still pretty solid.
I thought that carbon bow was a light bow.
This is a good find. I'm gonna shoot this bow this year. This is gonna happen. So we are salvaging right now. There's all kind of shit on here. What the f is that? Alright, now we gotta get this thing back up. And I'm gonna need your help.
I'll turn this off.
Good call.
So after quite a bit of work disassembling, replacing some parts, reassembling, cleaning an immense amount of cleaning and quite a bit of work to get the water out of it.
So this is the zombie boat. It's all put back together. I haven't shot it yet. I haven't drawn it back yet. I'm absolutely horrified, but we'll see how it goes. We got 4 turns pulled out of the limbs. Timing's way off, but that's actually all right. That's what I wanted, so I'm not gonna shoot it until I time it. I just wanted to draw it and make sure it was gonna draw and not explode. That was
pretty quiet. Look at that knock travel.
Yeah, that thing is straight out of the river. Hoyt, you make a good product. QAD, you make a good product. Vapor Trail, thank you for the strings. This is gonna be an interesting thing. We're gonna take this thing on a mule deer hunt in like 3 days. Dude, that thing is flying straight.
Everything you hoped?
Everything and more.
Killing a deer?
It's gonna. I'm so excited for that.